Hello and welcome back to another episode of MTT Finance. And on today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at my September student loan debt payoff update. If you've been following some of my other videos I put out this month, particularly my budgeting videos, you may have noticed that this month has been a lower income month. And so we are not going to be punching away as hard at my debt as I would like to be. However, I was able to get by and put towards, I would say, a pretty good sum of money this month towards my student loans. And how much money, you ask, was I able to put forward towards my student loan debts this month? Stay tuned and find out. Now, before we go and take a look at my student loan debt tracking spreadsheet that I use here on the channel to track my student loans, I think it's important just to reiterate how I go about paying off my student loans. Currently, I have government loans and personal student loans. The government loans are still in forbearance until January of 2020, and my private student loans I have been continuing to pay on since I graduated. My private loans are separated into two different loans through the same company, which is Sallie Mae, and I have one loan that is around 7.13% interest rate, and then I have another loan which is around 3.8% interest rate. Recently, what I've been doing, because I want to get rid of my higher interest paying loan first, I've been taking any leftover money at the end of the month and just chucking it towards that higher interest loan on my private student loans. I do have my loans set up to be auto paid on the 10th of every month, and that's about $800 that gets separated between those two loans. Usually it's around $500 for the high interest loan and about $300 for the second loan, which is around 3.8%. So let's now go ahead, jump in to my student loan debts spreadsheet that you guys always see me using on the channel. I have made a couple updates this time around. I lay it out a little bit differently. As you guys will see here in a second, it's more vertical rather than laid out on a horizontal plane, because I think they'll be easier for you guys to see on your, whether you're watching it on a desktop or laptop or your phone. I can just make it a little bit bigger in the post edit. So right off the bat, let's start with taking a look at the Sallie Mae loan number 1 account here. This is obviously the account with the highest interest rate. And as many of you know, I have been putting any extra money I have at the end of each month towards that higher interest loan because I want it gone. I have a goal to eliminate this Sallie Mae loan number 1 account by the end of 2021. That's only 3 months away, as we are now in September, almost to October. So let's go ahead and punch in the numbers for this month and see where we're at and see if it's even a reasonable goal to still have after this month to be able to eliminate this loan by the end of the year. So let's go ahead and take a look at how much money was actually contributed towards the Sallie Mae loan account this month. I do apologize if you see weird flickering on the screen. My computer is just having a very difficult time today. I literally just restarted it before pressing record, and it took 25 minutes for it to restart and for me to get back up here because it would not screen record. So on the 10th of this month, I contributed $500 towards this Sallie Mae loan number 1. And then on the 23rd of September, I contributed $1,500 extra towards this loan for this month. But let's take a look and see how much of that money has actually gone to reduce the loan amount and how much was just chewed up by interest. So Sallie Mae loan number 1 currently now is sitting at a new value of $6,898.10. I'd say that was a pretty good significant impact to that loan amount. And then Sallie Mae loan number 2, once again, this one does not get hit as hard currently with extra payments because it's a lower interest rate. But one day, one day this thing will go and meet its maker. And the Sallie Mae loan number 2 now is at $12,024.62. These federal loans, they are not due yet. They are going to be due in 2022, and I will have to begin making payments towards those. I have no idea what the interest rate's gonna be on those. I'm hoping it's not going to skyrocket, which is going to put a whole big damper and a drag on the student loan payoff process I've kind of got going. I think I have a good thing going right now with the amount I can contribute each month, but it would really stink if those loan interest rates spiked up and just threw a huge wrench into this. I don't know what's gonna be. But the question I asked earlier to myself and to you guys was that if it's even going to be a feasible goal for me to assume that by 2022, I'll have my Sallie Mae loan number 1 account finished. Well, maybe. So I was running some numbers earlier, and this month has actually been a little bit lower of a contribution month than some of my others, mainly because I was paid significantly less than I have in the past few months. I get paid semi-commission, and I was having a lot less patients to see, and when you have less patients to see, you get less in your paycheck. I can only hope that moving forward, I will have more patients to see, which will increase the amount of money that gets put into my paycheck. So this month, I was able to put down $2,300 towards my student loans. Obviously, some of that was chewed up by interest, but with the 3 months that are left in the year, let's see, October, November, December, if I make the same amount of payments, which I will be able to do around $2,300 per month times 3 months, that is $6,900 for the rest of the year. Now, some of you who have already watched my second September budget video may have remembered that I made an announcement that I'm taking on a part-time job. And it's not going to be paying anywhere near what I currently make at my current employer. It's a side hustle. It's just a part-time job that I'm taking on. But I estimated that if I were to do that job for the amount of hours that I'm signing up for, I will make right around $2,100. Give or take maybe a little bit more. They did say something about a Christmas bonus. I don't know how much that is. But if I calculate and add that into the $6,900 that I'm getting from my employer and the regular payments that I make each month, with the $2,100 from this new side job, it will be $9,000 that I will be able to contribute towards my Sallie Mae private loans. I think that should do the trick. I think we're gonna be sitting pretty. My Sallie Mae loan number 1 should be gone. So I do think it's actually a pretty feasible goal that by January 2022, you guys aren't gonna have to continue to watch me pay off this Sallie Mae loan number 1. It's gonna be gone because I'll be able to contribute enough money, and that's assuming that I continue to make lower payments like I had to do this month because I got paid less. Who knows what's gonna happen? I'm hoping that work will actually pick up a little bit more and that I can continue to make more aggressive payments towards these student loans. But we'll see. Right now, I got a total private student loans of just under $19,000. It's $18,922.72. Let's see how far I can take this before 2022 starts. So let's put that in, $90,329.87. And there it is. Oh my word, look at that. We paid $1 more towards student loans this month than I did last month. That is interesting and funny. As always, the font is never as it should be, but there we are. We are now at $90,329.87 for my total student loan debt. And if you guys follow this channel at all, you know that my student loan debt's probably like the worst debt I have. I do have mortgage debt. I'm not so much worried about that right now. This is my main target, my student loans, and I am just going to continue doing what I'm doing, continue being aggressive with my student loan contributions, the amount of money I'm paying towards loans, and also be aggressive with saving money and trying to find other ways that I can make more money so that I can get out of this big hole of debt that I'm in. this mountain of debt that is piled up against me, get out of it as soon as I can. That way I can then begin making more aggressive steps towards becoming financially independent. Because being financially independent isn't just about eliminating and controlling your debt, it's also about increasing your assets. How much you have in investments, how much you have in stocks, how much you have in various assets. I also did want to point out on here, I do still have my student debt total graph that I like to show you guys each time. I changed the color to blue as one of the comments I got last time. I'm sorry I don't have the comments pulled up, otherwise I'd give you a shout out. But one of the comments last time said change it to blue. Blue's a little bit more calming. And that's what this whole experience does for me. As I continue to see that number, that 90,000, dwindle down even more, it's very calming. I mean, it's exciting, but it's also calming. It's reassuring that there's a light at the end of this tunnel. That light for me is being financially independent and not having to worry about student loan debts again. That'd be a super great day once it happens, but we got a little bit of a ways to go before we get there. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned because soon I'm gonna be posting my September net worth wrap up, and we'll see how much progress I've made towards becoming financially independent in the grand scheme of my whole financial picture. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Take care.